Hello Flosstube, it is Mel from Mel of Hope Stitches. Welcome to my channel. If it is your first time joining me, thanks for giving this channel a shot. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. It has been roughly 3 weeks since my last video. I was trying to get back sooner, but life's been a little crazy. Oh, by the way, today is Sunday, May 4th. So may the 4th be with you all, for you Star Wars fans out there. Today I am coming back to give you an update from my progress in Springo. So Springo has come to an end, and for any of you that don't know what Springo is, it was the magazine monthly Facebook pages event for the month of April, and they made a board called Springo, and you picked a project to go with each letter, and then you put the numbers 1 to 35 in. They didn't call all 35 numbers, obviously. They stopped, I think, on the 25th of April, so people had 5 days to kind of catch up, and it was to do an hour or 100 stitches on this project a day. And when I picked my projects, I picked projects that I either haven't touched in a while that have been in my WIP area, or I picked new starts that had already been kitted up, which I was also considering WIPs because of 8,000, like everybody else, 8,000 charts and things like that. But these ones were ready. Like, I've kitted up for a purpose with them, so let's start them and get them done. So I was very vigilant with this. I stayed with it, and it was basically my stitching for the month because it was a lot of stitching for me with the time of year with work and everything else. But I'm proud of the fact that I was able to complete it. And you guys, I got 2 bingos. Yay! So that was exciting. So I'm going to share progress on some of these. There are some new starts. There's some that you've seen before, but maybe haven't seen in a while. And then I have a tiny bit of haul and some new plans. So I'm going to chat about that for just a little bit. So thank you for being here. I truly appreciate it. If you could give it a like and a subscribe, that is awesome. And I'm always looking for comments. Comments are fun. Okay, so my first new start, which was part of Springo, which I did for the letter O, was Let Us Adore Him. And this is a fantastic pattern from Susan O'Brien at Sweet Wings Studios. And I picked this up last year at StitchCon. And I'm stitching it on a 36 count Dames of the Needle New England green, which again, I picked up at StitchCon. This is, I think I may have used 36 count once before, or this may have been the only time. And let me tell you, it is no joke using 36 count. This is like, I don't even know how many days this got called. This got called 3 times. You guys, this is 3 hours plus of work. I frogged a bit on this one, I'll be honest. I found that depending on what I'd been stitching on before, like what count, because I switch all over the place, and where I was in my, I don't know, in my groove, I guess I could call it, meant whether it was coming along for me or whether it was tricky with the counting. And the part I had to rip out a lot was the O, because the OH for O, because it was off by like 1 little stitch. I'm like, that is full coverage, and I can't have it off by 1 little section, right? Because it would be a mess. So I'm excited about that one. Honestly, this one may not get a little love till later in the year, but it got some love. It got started, so that was good. My next one was a new start, and it's a fall start, and it is from Puntini. When I Think of November, it makes a sweet pillow. And this one, I had kitted up and had taken it to me on some retreats in the past, thinking I would start it, and I never did. And this one got a full bingo, so it got a lot of love and probably a little extra love is what I'm going to say. This is where I am on it. It was a new start. It's stitching up quick. It's so pretty. I love it. It's going to be a fantastic pillow. And I used, instead of using DMC black, I had heard, might have been Steel City Stitchers a while ago that mentioned Anchor Black, and how Anchor Black is a little bit heavier in coverage than DMC black, and I had bought some, so I tried it with this, and I think it is. Look at that beautiful coverage. This is, I believe, on 28 count. It's a 28 count Lugana, I'm thinking. I'm not positive of that, but I'm pretty sure it's a 28 or a 30 count Lugana that was just in my stash. And I thought, oh, it matches. It's good. And that one it's really fun because you see progress quickly. And really it's the rest of November and some little motifs. So that one I'm thinking I'm going to probably finish up pretty quickly just because I love it. And I don't know, it's given me some joy as I stitch it. My next one is another new start. So you guys, I had three new starts with this Springo. So there were 7 projects and 3 of them were new starts, but again, they were kitted. This one is Flag of Stars by Bent Creek, and I did it for my eye. I called it Independence, and again, it got 5 hours of stitching. This one I'm making for my new office, and it was a kit. So it came with this like burlap. I don't know if you can really see it there. It's like a burlap type of a fabric. Let me see if they tell me what this fabric is or not. It's a 20 count linen maybe? I bought the kit. So if the model was stitched on what they did, it's a 20 count linen. Over 2 threads with 1 strand. So that's what I did. And it's with pearl cotton. And if you ever get an opportunity to buy a Bent Creek kit, or if you're looking at them and saying, are they worth it? It's fantastic. Everything is there. The pearl cotton is in there. It's laid out with the numbers. It's wonderful. It was a very easy kit to just pick up and go with. And I'm truly enjoying it. I'm calling it burlap, 20 count linen, and the pearl cotton does leave a little bit more of a rustic feel, and it is a very full coverage. So it's kind of got like a raised feel to it, but I'm enjoying it for what it is. This is my first time using pearl cotton. I like it. Can I say I'm in love with it? No. Would I use it again? Yes. It would depend on the project. What I hate the most is threading the needle, because sometimes it starts to not fray, but like part of it will like spiral up on itself in a type of fraying, I guess I would call it. I'm getting better at it, but it still is there. But I do love this project, and it's going pretty quickly in my estimation. I think this part is going to be a little trickier. This blue, if you look at it, because there's a lot of different colors in there. Well, 3 colors. But I'm enjoying it, and it's going pretty quick. So that one is going to stay on my let's get it done. Let's get that to ring a bell at StitchCon this year, right? That's what that's all about. Okay, my next one is a project I started, guys, 3 years ago, and I've talked about this one before. It is a fantastic one that I love. It just hasn't, and I talked about it in my last Flosstube, so I probably shouldn't be rambling as much as I am. I'm trying to find a picture of it for you guys. It is Knee High to the 4th from Kathy Haberman, Hands On Design, and you can see I have all my lovely floss in there so beautifully, but it's coming along well. What I did accomplish, this one I did 3 days on, and in that 3 days, I did manage to get all of the white filled in the blue. So it really makes that blue pop and the white pop with that filled in. And then I came over here and I started working on the green grass, and I got bored with the grass because it's filling. I did a little bit of that, and I said, all right, let me start outlining the barn. So I outlined the barn. So we're getting some progress on that. So we'll see if I give it some more traction or not. I do love it. It's just not calling me at this point as much. It will. Once I'm like, okay, I'm ready for some patriotic type things, it's going to call to me a little bit better, a little bit more, I should say. My next one is one I'm kind of disappointed in. This year, I've been really trying to get the snapshots done, which have been sitting in my stash. And up until this point, I've had them done before the month began. It is May 4th. April is still sitting in the frame, and May is nowhere near done, you guys. I only got 2 days to work on this with Springo, and I will tell you, I think I gave it a few more hours than it was supposed to have. I got all of the outlines for the snapshots done, and I got the beginning of the bike done. So the outlines are for sure the tedious part because you're counting and you're making sure all that works together. So that by far is the most tedious part of the snapshots. I think I'm going to have to work. I'm trying to debate right now. Do I finish this one and work on it through May, or do I skip and start June? And I haven't decided yet. I'm not looking forward to doing another outline of the photos for the snapshots. So I'm not quite sure. I might finish May. Well, right now, we'll talk about plans after because I don't really have time to work on this right now. So it might have a little stall and I might pick up with the month of July right now, I guess is what I'm saying there. And I'll explain that in my plans in a moment. My next one is one that I started a couple of years ago. Again, that seems to be a theme today. And it is this is the day from Plum Street Samplers. And I am doing this one on the same fabric that Danny from Love and Stitches chose. She finished a long time ago. And this one has got 3 hours worth of work this month. And again, I say 3 hours. It was touched 3 times. If I'm in the middle of stitching and I'm in my jam, I'm not going to be like, oh, I hit an hour, let me stop. I'm going to keep stitching. And so, because I'd rather get progress on something than be doing like 5 projects in a day. That is tricky for me. So I did get a lot of the wording done. And then I went and I started working on the blue down here just to get a different color. So that's where I am with this one. When I'm going to pick it back up again, I'm not quite sure. And I just say that because I've got a lot going on. I'm just going to stick this in my bag for a minute. I've got a nice pile going over here. So that was most of the stitches. I had no finishes, you guys, for Springo, but I got some progress, and that's what matters, right? My last Springo call was which I did reindeer, because I started working on the Nora Corbett Midnight Courier series, which I absolutely love. And I'm almost done with Blitzen. This is Blitzen here. I say almost done. I haven't even started the beading, y'all. I'm almost done with the stitching. All right. So in Midnight Couriers, I still have I have all the beading to do, but I have it. So that's important. When I was working on this back before Christmas, I did not have any of the metallic threads. So I had to order the Krynex, and as many of you have said, finding some of those can be difficult. I found the ones that I found at Garon Stitchery, and they were fantastic. They got it out right away. And then I got busy doing other things, and I hear people talking about how difficult it is to work with the metallic threads. So I was pretty scared about it. But I had to attack it because it was Springo. I finished up, before I attacked the metallic, I worked all up in here. I still have this side to do, but I needed to do the metallic to get the corner so that I could easily get to this part without having to like incessantly count. So I had a lot of motivation to get to that Krynex. And I took it out and I said, I'm gonna cut it small like I've been told. I'm gonna see how it works. You guys, maybe it was the day, but I did fantastic with it. I really found it pleasant to work with. I'm not going to say enjoyable, but pleasant to work with. And I didn't have any issues. I should probably knock on some wood because that probably will never happen again. But now I am ready to finish this part up here. So it'll pretty much match over here. And then I'll show you on the picture. I've got a different color Krynex that I have to do some swirlies around the reindeer, and then I go to beading. So I'm excited because this one, I'm pretty confident I will have this one out by Christmas this year if I decide how I want to finish it. Because y'all, it's the Midnight Couriers, right? I have to do all the reindeer and I have to do Santa's sleigh. And how do I want to display them is a question. I know at Stitcher's Paradise in Vegas, where I fell in love with they've made them onto blocks so they can put them anywhere in the house and kind of have it be like you know, be next to each other. So I might do something with blocks. I don't think I will frame them. It'll probably be some type of a block finish, but I'm not sure yet. So whatever I decide to do, I need to make sure I get the materials for all of them so that I don't have an issue if it takes me, you know, 10 years to get these done. But I'm excited. I'm excited about the progress I've made and where I am on this. And it's given me confidence to be able to keep going in them. And the Rainbow Gallery, there's a Rainbow Galleries silk that you use on these. That is absolutely to die for when you're stitching with it. It's just beautiful. All right, so that was all I did for Springo. And then from Springo, I have started to have a little bit of panic because it's May and StitchCon is coming soon. And I still have to make my table gifts. I have to finish my smalls exchange. And two of my friends and I have decided to do a new market release and finish it at StitchCon and ring the bell. So just a little pressure in the midst of closing down a school year, changing schools and all that. It's just, yeah, it's a little more fun. So I have been working on my smalls exchange, and I'm just going to share it because the chances of whoever's going to get the small exchange seeing this video is probably pretty null. And if it happens, more power to us, right? So for my smalls exchange, I am working on Troublemakers from Barbie the Petal Pusher. And I had done, in fact, I still have it over here in case you didn't see my last Flosstube. I had done the rabbit one for myself. You can see I put some Pelon on the back, but I have not made this into a pillow yet. And this was super fast to stitch up. And I loved the colors. I loved everything. And so I'm like, I'm going to do the Troublemakers one. So I have my finish idea for my exchange, which is why I picked this pattern. Because I already have my finish. I know what I'm doing, which is usually the worst part for an exchange, right? You're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to finish this? So I have that. So I worked on this before Springo, and then I picked it up Friday night, I think, for the first time in a while, and I finished off this little pumpkin here, these two crows, and worked on this pumpkin here. So I'm about a third of the way done on it, and I'm stitching this on a fiber on a whim 16 count Ada Cafe au lait that was left over from another finish I did, and I have a ton. You can see I have a whole bunch curled up here because I'll be stitching this twice. Maybe not right now, but it will get stitched for myself as well. And I did want to point out this needle minder here, which I love, is one of Belle McCullum's from the Flamingo Toes. I have a few of hers. She has a bunch of, do I have none up there? Let me see. I want to show you guys this because I love her needle minders. And I think maybe in this one, yep. She has this house series of shops series of needle minders, and I have a bunch of them. But I love them because they're so magnetic. They're just such high quality, and sometimes she has them on sale, but even if she does, they're truly worth it. This one is called Bakery. But look at that needle minder. Isn't it cute? She has a quilt shop. She has a tea shop. She's got all kinds. So check her out. She's definitely worth checking out and seeing her needle minders. They're beautiful. And I feel like I just dropped something. Well, I'll find it after. Sorry for the noise. Trying to keep up in the middle of all this. Lastly, wow, I did this quick, you guys. This is good. Because a lot of it was repeat. Progress, but repeat. So now I need to continue working on these, but honestly, the first thing I've got to do is work on my finish for StitchCon. That's important, getting that smalls exchange done. And then I did get some haul, and my haul was all the pieces to do Little House Needleworks, Farmers ABC. So I am doing this on 32 count vintage country mocha bellcast linen from Zweigart. I'm gonna have some crinkles, it's just the way it is. So this is the linen I'm gonna be doing, which is the called for linen for this. I picked that up at 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I also have all of my called for threads. So my goal is to get stitching on this so that I'm like in the last 4 or 5, like if I can get it about 3/4 done before I go to StitchCon, I'll have a finish at StitchCon. And it's small. I mean, it's long, but it's narrow. It is 39 stitches by 311. So I think that if I can put some focus on it, I will get there. So the 2 things I'm going to focus on are for StitchCon, and we'll get there. And I think I may have already showed you guys this one. And if I did, I apologize. But the other thing I picked up from Market, and I'm 99% sure I showed you guys, was the Bethlehem Tiny Town, which also calls for a 32 count. It calls for a lighter one, but I might do a floss toss because I have more of this 32 count from the farmer one. So I might do that one. And I picked up the frill with that also. But I didn't pick up all the call for colors because I said that's for later. This is for now. And I want to try to be conscientious about what I'm getting and making sure I'm stitching on it. My last piece of haul was a gift. So my mom was looking on some sites with fabric, and I'm a big Pyrex person. I collect Pyrex, not a ton, but I collect some, I use some, I love it. And she found, you guys, look at this Pyrex fabric. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. So I got that, and then there's this Pyrex one also. So in all my spare time, I'm going to make some project bags for myself with these. And then she also picked me up some lovely chickens that I can make into a bag. And this one was totally different, but it's all the states. And I really liked that too. So I got that one. And then I thought this would make a really cool fall bag with all the fall animals. So again, when I have a moment, that's my plan. But I was super stoked with the Pyrex ones. And I have the Pyrex pattern from Tiny Modernist. When it came out, I bought it, and I have the PDF of it. So that might have to be a new start when I finish this bag, right? I mean, it would be perfect. So that might be what I do there. Other than that, it's just been a lot of busy and a lot of work on this end. So my hope is that when I come back to see you next, which hopefully will be before the end of this month, but it is a very busy month, so it may be beginning of June, is to give an update on where I am, to share any finishes, and to perhaps share what my plan is for when I go to StitchCon. I'm hoping to have at least one more Flosstube by then. If you have any wisdom on what I should stitch on from what I showed you to get it finished, or to help it along the way, please share. I would love to hear that. If you want to help me grow my channel, please share it with your friends. I would love that, because I am trying to grow the channel. And if you can like and subscribe, it would mean the world. I appreciate you all. I hope you are having fun stitching and enjoying all the beauty out there and enjoying the month. Have a great one, friends. Happy stitching.